Single moms do use their sons as, son husbands in terms of like toys. Like when they want to watch a movie, they're hugged up with the son, or when they're doing any type of intimacy or want to, I don't want to say love bomb, or basically just get some type of affection.
Emotional labor.
Yeah,
Yeah.
they want the son to take responsibility of that. And even going as far as dressing the son up like, their man. They want him looking fly, so on and so forth. And this
I'm winning. I'm winning. I'm winning. I'm winning. I'm winning. I'm winning.
Elevation Nation Conversations, God Body Sean. All right, what's going on? Elevation Nation Conversations, God Body Sean, that's me. Elevation Nation Tribe, that's you guys. Group of like-minded individuals that want to elevate and grow and learn from topics and discussions and issues and apply it to your life and see how we can make it better. Make all of our individual lives better. You know what I'm saying? So we talk about the bullshit on this channel too. We talk about the sports and the entertainment and all that, but we also like to talk about topics that we can dig deep into and grow from. This video right here, man, I saw it on this brother's channel. I don't know his name, but the name of his channel is We Need to Talk. And he was having a panel discussion with some other guys and some other ladies. And they were basically talking about how the black community holds mothers and grandmothers and women up to this standard of you can't touch or talk about them, when a lot of the trauma that a lot of kids have, girls or boys, stems from their mothers. Sometimes their mothers were toxic and they were not well, or they were dysfunctional. So they talk about this, and they talk about how some of the things that we're going through can be attributed to our mother and not just our father not being there. Some things, we went through because of the mom. The mom wasn't correct and she wasn't right, and she kind of, poured some toxicity into our lives, maybe willingly or unwillingly, and didn't know, but it's a fact of life. So hit that like, share, subscribe button, drop a comment in the comment section. Let's listen to them, and we'll come back and we'll talk about it. It's a good conversation. I'll talk to y'all in a minute.
she wasn't a loving mother. She was physically abusive. I mean, what they say, you get your ass whipped down here, you grow it up. She was verbally abusive. She, exactly what you said in terms of, you couldn't have picked me a better father to be here. You purposely chose a married man to have a baby by.
My mother had me at the age of 14.
Whew.
Right? At the age of 14.
She had you, so that means she was pregnant at 13.
Yeah. So she had me at the age of 14. At the age of 15, she was a heroin addict. So just imagine growing up where your mother, your biological mother, who's supposed to be the first state of nurturing to you, is not that. I had distrustful women my whole life. There was never trust. If the person that can bring me into the world abandoned me in that way, how could I trust a woman who says she loved me? That impacted my whole life to this day. If you ask me, do I trust a woman? I tell you, hell no.
JR, did you see the video about the little boy who pushed his mom from twerking on somebody?
Yeah.
Have you guys seen the video?
Mm-mm.
All right, so they put it in the short version. There's this little kid. I think he's like 10, right? And he's famous, social media famous, because he'll be having conversations with his mom, and he's real, witty and things like that. So they were attending this YouTube event / adult prom looking thing, and his mom was just, I don't know if she was drunk, high, whatever, but she was having a good time just twerking, throwing it back on this other YouTuber, and he was filming while she was throwing it back, and the little boy ran in and pushed her off of him, and he started crying because he was so embarrassed. I bring that up to say, when I saw the video, I was pissed off. When I looked at the comments, motherfuckers were laughing, right? And often when we're trying to have some of these conversations, what tends to come up is, who hurt you? But your mama black. and things of the like, without understanding that a lot of men's trauma, distrust of women, disdain for women even, comes from their toxic mom. And some of women's trauma comes from their toxic mom as well. But I think we overemphasize male toxicity. My dad wasn't there. And we don't talk enough about female toxicity. She couldn't pick a better father for me.
The son-husband complex, coming in to defend his mom, whether the father is nowhere to be seen and he's that de facto hubby or emotional tampon, for lack of a better term. He's seeing this is my mom. I share these because he might be mama's boy or what.
And that was a point that he said back there. I think a lot of people missed, but he was saying a lot of times women like to use triggering words to men if they don't date black women, or if they're not, marrying black women and things like that. And the first things they'll say is, you don't like black women, or you don't like your mom, or somebody hurt you. And that woman that's saying that to that man, she really doesn't understand and know that, yeah, that's true. He was hurt by his mother. His mom didn't raise him correctly. She wasn't raising him with nurturing and love and caring. He saw his mom, maybe sleeping around or doing whatever she had to do to survive, or whatever it was. But so now he's distrustful of black women. So sometimes, yeah, those black men, they don't like their mothers. They hate their mothers. Their mothers put them through abuse, or kept them from their dads, or the dad wasn't around, or whatever. So yeah, sometimes that can be true, and there's nothing wrong with standing in that truth and saying, yeah, I don't like my mother. I didn't like my mother. So I don't want to date anybody that resembles her or reminds me of her. And that's just a basic truth of it, and that's fact, and they spoke on that. And I think a lot of women, when they use those words towards men, black men, they don't understand that, yeah, that might be some truth to that, as well as some of the women not even understanding that some of their negative and their bad traits they got from their mother. And, it's not good. It's not a good situation.
2 Chainz say a titty boy or whatever. He's just used to being around his mom and don't want no man touching her. And that's probably what he's become used to.
You glorifying modern day prostitution, but you might not think so. You always talking about what a man got to do for you, how he got to come to the table, what he got to provide. You pretty much saying I'm fucking for money, but you ain't saying that. But there's so many ways you're saying it. So for me, it's like, where is the real nurturing of a mother? What I see most of the time is, even with women who have children by deadbeat dads, what they want to call deadbeat dads, how much she plays a role of being more attentive to that male figure in her life, that child, that she would do than the person that she had the child with. So she'll love on him, like you say, she'll jump in the bed with him, she'll show him love and affection, but she won't do that with a man that has done the providing, that has done the financial provision. Is more like, I ain't gonna give you that time and attention, but I'm gonna give it to him. You know what I'm saying? Like sometimes I go through that. I'm like, with my old lady, we got a little son together. I'm like, she'd say, Rock, come here. She'd just give him all this love and attention. I'm like, but I don't get that.
Some single moms do use their sons as, son husbands in terms of like toys. Like when they want to watch a movie, they're hugged up with the son, or when they're doing any type of intimacy or want to, I don't want to say love bomb, or basically just get some type of affection.
Emotional labor.
Yeah. They want the son to take responsibility of that. And even going as far as dressing the son up like, their man. They want him looking fly, so on and so forth. And this even leads up to when he gets into a relationship later on in life, she wants to be the other wife.
I had that conversation with my old lady. I told her, you're a reflection of your mother. She didn't like to hear it. She didn't want to hear it.
Ooh.
But it hurt her so much that it made her internalize it. Where she had to look in the mirror and start making changes. Because when she seen her mother, she didn't like her mother. She didn't like the way her mother carried herself. Their relationship was rocky. So I came in to bring a healing to the relationship But when she seen the way her mother treated her when she was growing up, they didn't have a good relationship, but she acted just like her in a lot of ways.
The most egregious part wasn't even the twerking. Ironically, the most egregious part for me was when after he pushed his mom and the dude backed up, everybody started laughing. That was what was egregious, including his mom.
Oh, wow.
Part of the reason, like, you know, people talk about there ain't no men no more. Part of the reason is because a lot of black boys are not taught how to be men, number one. And number two, a lot of black boys are prematurely emasculated by their moms. He was essentially emotionally castrated in that moment because his pain wasn't validated. His maturity and foresight, like you put it, wasn't validated. She didn't think enough of him. She didn't respect him enough to think to conduct herself differently in his presence. So he's either gonna grow up and go one of two ways. Bitches ain't shit because my mom was one of them, or women can do no wrong. Super simping.
There you go.
And we don't realize that a lot of because, you know, you have this example that was captured on camera. There are a lot of boys who grew up seeing different men come in and out in the mom's bedroom.
For sure.
There are a lot of boys seeing how different men at the barbershop talked about their mom.
Yep.
About how their moms pretty much prostituted themselves in the community. Nowadays, we're talking about my mom is on OnlyFans and things like that. And we don't realize we are literally castrating these boys because in the future, they don't think they deserve any better than their moms. And it's the same reason a lot of girls end up with shitty dudes because they don't think they deserve better than their dads. My dad was literally distant, so I want a man who's emotionally distant because that's what I'm used to.
For me to be the type of man that never had a mother growing up with a mother, I was always the man that was educated enough to try to save the woman, but the woman never wanted to listen. And I went through that for 20 years with my ex-wife. I was the savior, right? Because I was like, damn, I don't want that. You know what I mean? I want to trust a woman so bad. And I'm willing to give her everything she needs, but it never played in my favor. The energy was like, I just like being what I am, and I am what I am. You met me that way, so accept me that way. But it was always like, why you not opening up to me? Because I don't trust you. And I'm laying it out there for you, and I'm telling you why I don't trust you, because your actions show me that you don't trust you.
It's kind of like what me and JR were talking about. Like on YouTube, the more substantive your content is, the harder you have to work.
For sure.
And as a man, especially with women, it seems that way. Like the niggas who are borrowing her car, the niggas who live at her house and don't pay rent, they don't ever get cheated on.
Nah.
The brother who is working a lot and because of that he can't spend as much time with the woman, that's who gets left.
Yeah.
And that's who has to not only pay the mortgage of the house he gets kicked out of, he has to finance her and her deadbeat boyfriend.
Yeah.
So like, and this is kind of what I've been saying because men are eating this stuff. The next generation of boys are seeing this and they're like, yo, it's easier being a fuck boy.
Yeah.
It's easier being an ain't shit nigga. You get better treatment from women. The dude who doesn't need to drive your car, he's not attentive enough to me. He's not buying me enough gift. One girl, she was like, the dude, like he lined her house with roses and stuff like that. She looked at the man and said, well, it doesn't quite look like the TikTok videos. But your boyfriend, your ex-boyfriend who needed $20 to buy an eighth for some shit, that's who gets your undying love and affection. And my biggest thing is like, okay, we can complain about that and stuff like that. But the next generation of boys, this boy in this clip that we're talking about, they're seeing this. And they have one of three choices to make. Either I'm gonna say fuck it and I'm gonna be what works. Either I'm going to leave and take my resources to another community, another country, the whole nine, or I'm going to be sadomasochistic and I'm gonna resign myself to being women's tampon, women's punching bag, women's stress ball. And all the bullshit that they have, they're gonna take it out on me. And what I've been screaming is like, women, y'all gotta take this shit seriously. And you have to start telling the truth. The truth is, this man that you're naming that he's attentive and he is a provider and he's a protector and shit like that, those niggas get it the worst. And that's why that's another way
sure.
the manosphere fails, because it says, oh, you just got to get your bag up and shit like that, without mentioning rich niggas get cheated on the most.
For sure. For sure.
Poor guys, oh, we gonna say he got good dick just to rationalize it, but they get undying affection and love and commitment and the whole nine. He's at home playing 2K, he don't do shit, but it makes you feel good to take care of this puppy that you have, this grown male puppy that you have. But versus a man who, if you could only empathize with the root of what caused his disposition and what maintains his need to be stoic in the whole nine, you would get the sun, the moon, just like you said last time, from this man. But again, there's that disconnect, and it pisses me off sometimes. Like,
Yeah, I know.
But it seems like that empathy isn't there. But to jump to you, JR, man, what was there something that you observed from your mother?
All right. We checked it out. Excellent conversation. Excellent adult conversation. Hit that like, share, subscribe button. We're dropping game over here on Elevation Nation Conversations. Not just a bunch of foolery and nonsense. But what these brothers were basically saying, they were saying how a lot of times how young men come up, or their thought process, or how they act and how they present themselves has been shaped and molded by the dysfunction of their mother. The mother was dysfunctional. Like you can see right here in this little video clip right here. She has her son with her. Look like he's no more than about, I don't know, 10 or 9. She's twerking with some man being sexual on her ass. And the son, all the son knows is, hey, that's my mama. What you doing? You know, you ain't my daddy. And he goes to stop it, and all the other people, you know, the women and all that are laughing. So all the other women are laughing at this young man trying to protect his mom from what looks like, you know, damn near sexual assault from some man that he don't know. And he, you know, the son rushes in like he's her husband or he's a protector when he's only 9 or 10 years old. And they're all laughing at him saying, oh, this is so cute, or this and that. And the son doesn't even realize and understand, like, you know, what the fuck y'all find so funny? This is my mama. This man is bouncing and gyrating on my mama. But at no point in time did the mom think to grab her son, hug her son, and say, you know, just give him some love and, you know, thank you, son, and, you know, or not even be doing that in front of a child. So she didn't even have the wherewithal to not even conduct herself like that in front of her child. So a lot of times when women talk about the athletes and the entertainers and things like that, of when they get money and when they get into positions of power or just, you know, a little bit of money, whatever, why they go to other cultures or other ethnicities. It's because, like that situation, they were raised by moms that really shouldn't have been moms, had no loving, nurturing skills and teaching skills, and they raised them incorrectly. So they don't, now the athletes and the young men, they don't want anyone that's a reflection of their mother, because they have trauma that they have from being a childhood dealing with that mother, dealing with their mother. And they don't want to date any women that remind them of her, because they don't want to go through that trauma and that quote unquote abuse. And a lot of women can say the same thing as well. A lot of women that are toxic or that have bad character traits and things like that, they have gotten those from their mother, because their mother would act like that or conduct themselves like that or carry themselves like that. And that reflects on the child, and the child sees that, and then the child starts acting like that. They start mimicking those actions. And that's definitely true, even in my case. I have a hard time trusting women. I mean, it takes a while, but that's because I saw my mom cheat on my dad. My dad, from what I can see, because I was a kid, but I never saw my mom and dad arguing. I never saw them fighting. I never saw none of that. My old man was a college football player. Went to college for computers back in the 80s or whatever. And he was basically a square. You know, he didn't smoke. He didn't really party or anything like that. And my mom was more on the opposite side. My mom was a partier. She liked to drink, all that. So I was like, damn, they total opposites. I don't see how they even got together and made it together, but they did. But the thing was, my mom wound up cheating on my dad with a jailhouse nigga, with a nigga that was, lifting weights and, was some pump dudes coming out of jail. Smoker, drinker, partier. He was a DJ or some dumb shit. Had nothing going on for him. And my mom cheated on my dad with this nigga. This, piece of shit. He used to whoop my mom ass. Used to fight her. He was an uneducated motherfucker. I never liked that dude. Never liked that dude. His name was Demon. I think that, yeah, I was like, damn, his name is fucking Demon. You know what I'm saying? That was some shit right there. So I was like, what the fuck? So seeing my mom cheat on my dad like that, and I'm like, damn, my dad was doing everything he could for giving her houses, cars, all of that. She really didn't have to work. My dad wasn't coming home drunk. He wasn't, he was working, bringing money home. We was going on trips and shit like that. And my mom was cheating on him for the gangster thug nigga. You know what? I'm gonna do a video about that a little later. Another topic: how women choose these men over this man, the educated man over the street, dude or whatever, and what's the rationale behind that. But seeing that, and I didn't even realize that till later in life, until I got older. That caused a lot of issues in some of my relationships with me trusting and just things like that. Cause I saw my mom cheating on my dad, and he was a good dude, and I'm like, I know I'm a good dude. I'm trying to be a good dude. I ain't no fucking angel, but I always had an issue with trust because I saw what my mom put my dad through. And that's what they're saying in this video, how a lot of trauma and issues from with young men and young women come from mothers. It's a learned behavior, and we see things that our mom or parents do, and we latch onto those traits and we carry those, and we start to display those traits. So I definitely understand what they're saying, what they're talking about in this video clip, and it's definitely true. We need to be more aware of the examples that we're setting for the children around us, and what we're doing in front of them, or our behavior in front of them, because they catch on to that and they see that and they will pick that up. So definitely a good video, man. Hit that like, share, subscribe button. I appreciate y'all for rocking with me and checking it out. Check y'all on the next one, Elevation Nation Tribe. The channel is growing. I appreciate y'all rocking with me. We're going to continue bringing good content, good topics to talk about, good discussions where we can learn something, grow, and develop from, and elevate, and keep building and growing. God Body Sean, that's me. I'm going to check y'all on the next one. Peace, and I'll see y'all later.
I'm winning. I'm winning. I'm winning. I'm winning. I'm winning. I'm winning.
Elevation Nation Conversations. God Body Sean.